I tried putting together the best Doppelgang deck imaginable in Standard. Today that is what we're going to be playing. Hi, it's McFluffy52. Today we are playing a very fun combo of Stormchaser's talent plus top Doppelgang, so we can loop our Doppelgang very easily with the talent with the level 2. This is very similar to what you might do with Invasion of Arcavios, where you could Doppelgang the Invasion of Arcavios to find your Doppelgang from your graveyard or grab cards from your sideboard. Stormchaser's talent does that, but it also does it on a 1-drop that works really well with This Town Ain't Big Enough. And all of these cards sort of work pretty well with Up the Beanstalk. We have this nice card draw engine of Up the Beanstalk, and we have this nice value engine of Stormchaser's talent and our other spells which we can buy back from our graveyard. We have Overlord of the Hauntwoods and Ancient Cornucopia for ramp. Overlord triggers the Beanstalk, drawing us cards. Ancient Cornucopia can gain us a bunch of life to prevent our opponents from beating in our face. And then we have 3 steps ahead as sort of protection. This can counter spells, or it could copy our Overlord of the Hauntwoods or Ancient Cornucopia for even more ramp. And then we have Sunfall as a kind of catch-all sweeper that triggers our Beanstalk. How do we win? Well, you might laugh, but we win by copying Lush Oasis. We can either copy like a bunch of actually valuable permanents and just kind of swing in for lethal, but if our opponent's making things difficult, we kind of loop Doppelgang with our Stormchaser's talent from our graveyard and get our Lush, or copy up our Lush Oasis several times until we burn our opponent out of the game. So that's the idea behind the deck. Let's see how we can do on the ranked ladder. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and leave a like if you enjoy the video. Alright, opponent goes first. It's not usually a good thing, but we do have the Stormchaser's talent. We have ramp, we have a counter spell, we have double blue for our counter. We'll give this a go. The opponent is red with a nut draw though. That always will be a challenge. Do we want another land? I think so. I mean, we don't have any big payoffs in our hand here, but probably fine. Play the Verge, play the talent, and say go. It's so nice being able to run this card out early. We get this little chump blocker, which also can turn into a way to win the game if it really goes that way. Whoops, I could have played the Floodfarm Verge and held up the 3 steps ahead, counter whatever the opponent's up to, because it looks like they're going to be a ramp deck as well. Probably not worth attacking in there, but just keep ramping. Okay, the opponent is an Overlord deck, so we have to watch out for Azure coming down and making things kind of difficult. So we'll hold up a counter spell. The opponent hasn't found their well, hopefully they don't have the what is it called, Cavern of Souls, so they can name human and make their Azure uncounterable, but probably fine. That is the one problem with counter spells in Standard. Thankfully, 3 steps ahead has a ton of extra utility, and it can counter a bunch of other pretty problematic spells, so you know what, we'll just pass turn. We can hold up the counter spell. If they don't do anything, we can create a token of our Ancient Cornucopia and draw 2 and then discard 1. Unfortunately, 3 steps ahead does not work with the Beanstalk, because the spree costs are additional costs. Down to 13 we go. We don't really mind as long as we're not dead. We do actually have enough mana. We'll gain 2. Doppelgang, that's very nice. Do we get rid of the Sunfall? That seems really wrong. We'll get rid of the Cornucopia. We already have so many. How much mana do we have? We have a lot of mana. So we have 9, so that means we can Doppelgang for 2 with 1 mana left over. Do we think our opponent has wraths for our artifacts? Or a way to remove our artifacts? They have only... They have 4 land types, or no, 3 land types, so they could flash in a Leyline Binding and to respond to whatever we target. We want to be able to hold up the counterspell, I think. We'll just go for the Cornucopias. I don't think they can remove both of them, so hopefully we at least get one of them copied twice. And then we're ramping. If the opponent has temporary lockdown, we can counter it, so I don't think I mind running out one of these Stormchaser's talents to gain some more life. You can see it's very hard for opponents to kind of beat us down once we get going. And we can hold up this counterspell. Next turn we can get back our Doppelgang with one of our talents, recast it, and get a ton of value by copying one of our talents so that we can just kind of repeatedly do this. I don't think we have enough mana to do it nearly infinitely. I think we needed like roughly 14 mana. Okay, they put that on horror, so we can't counter their overlords anymore. Horror. We can sweep up the entire board if we care to. We could also just copy their overlords like a million times, which sounds kind of nice. We can copy their overlord of the Hauntwoods a bunch. How much mana do we got? So we can only do it twice, or like copy 2 things, I think, unfortunately. I don't want to float all of my mana. I want to have some mana up. We'll copy 2 of these overlords of the Hauntwoods, and maybe we'll copy a talent. Seems pretty good. Oh, whoops. I meant to copy... Well, I meant to have enough mana open to also counter something, but I think we'll be okay. I don't think there's a way our opponent makes this super bad for us. A little bit greedy there, but, you know. We Doppelgang once, we Doppelgang twice, we Doppelgang again. I don't know how the opponent ever keeps up with this kind of value. Opponent's probably gonna Sunfall, so we could block to try and remove creatures off the board, but I don't think we care. Where is the Sunfall? They haven't hit their beanstalks. Neither have we. Whoa. There's no Sunfall yet, and they don't have enough mana unless they drop a land or put a land down. Okay, so no Sunfall. They're just gonna try and overwhelm the board. That's interesting. All right, well, now we can get back our Doppelgang and just rinse repeat until the game gets out of hand. How much mana do we have? We have enough to do this 3. Okay, so we will do it 1 on the Overlord, Cornucopia. Sure. Next turn, I think we can just straight up well, maybe not win the game. I don't think we have our desert to copy a billion times, but we're getting to the point where we have enough mana to copy enough things to pay off the cost of doppelganging, I think. I'll play this as impending, and we'll just hold up a counterspell. I mean, it's just silly. It is just silly. Ramp a little bit more, because why not? Notably, I didn't realize this when I first was playing a Overlord plus Doppelgang deck. I played a Simic version of this deck where we were just playing the Stormchaser's talent and Doppelgang together as kind of a finisher. If you Doppelgang your impending Overlords, they come in as actual creature tokens. So like, if I were to Doppelgang these, they would come in as creatures. But yeah, you can see the 3 steps ahead. I haven't been casting them, but I'm trying to keep them ready to counter whatever our opponent does. I should have killed this Mistborers last turn probably. I can trade off with this. I think we'll be fine. We have 51 HP. There's pretty much no way we die from there. No, unless we deck ourselves, but... I could counter this. But I don't think I actually care. Don't think it actually impacts us because we can just do it again. We'll just grab the Doppelgang. And how much mana is that? That's enough to do this for 7. That's hopefully not going to break the game. We will make a Stormchaser's talent copy. A land. Probably shouldn't do too many more cornucopias. We'll target one of their things so they can't get rid of it. And then maybe we'll go through our library a little bit. And then just more lands. Don't want to have to go through a bunch of Ancient Cornucopia triggers. Or too many more Ancient Cornucopia triggers. Because it's gonna get pretty silly to do this. It's just, now the opponent can't really kill us. We're gonna draw 14 cards, discard a bunch. And hopefully we'll find our desert. Doppelgang, that's a card. We'll get rid of one. I don't think we need more. The Rebuke, probably not super useful. Lightning round, no, don't need that. Don't think I need this land. Yeah, I don't think I need that many more lands. Don't think we need more card draw and Beanstalk. I think we're gonna, oh, there's the land. So we can't ever attack with these, alright, there we go. And then we can Doppelgang this land a bunch of times, I think, and just win. Alright. We can do this for... Oh my goodness, how much is this? I don't know. 8? Hopefully? I don't know, we'll see if it tells me I have enough mana to do this or not. I think it should be 8. Oh yeah, we have enough mana to do it 8 times. We're gonna make a bunch of more untapped lands. We have to click through a few cornucopia triggers. Thankfully, we will not have to do that from this point onwards. There's no way we're doing this in the first game of the video. We ping ya? Oh my goodness, it puts the triggers on the stack so slowly. We ping you for 8. And then opponent, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna get that Doppelgang back, and we're gonna do it again for more damage. So I guess I should be careful here. I don't think I had enough mana to... I made a mistake here that could have made things worse. I don't think we would have really lost the game, but I should have Doppelganged for like 1 less so that we had enough mana to counter. Anyways, 6 should probably be enough. And we'll just target all these Lush Oasis. There's... What an insane set of games. Oh my god. Or what an insane game. Not set of games. We're gonna do this for a bit. I think the game's slowing down just because there's so many tokens. And so many triggers, but 35 damage. I might pause and then come back when they're stacked. It is so slow. I should have definitely done this for a smaller number. It's taking so long. Alright, we have a few more to go. I want to thank this opponent for sticking in here. Shout out to whoever... Myli Nix? Hopefully I didn't say something I wasn't supposed to, but anyways. Alright, is it going to go through, or does the opponent have a response? It says target opponent, so it would be hilarious if they gave themselves hexproof right about there. But no, we do in fact win. GG. That's Doppelgang, baby. Doppelgang. Okay. That was an insane match. I don't think we're gonna be able to top that, but this hand, we have removal on 2, counterspell on 3. Is that good enough? This hand looks pretty awful, I will say. We don't have any permanents to play and bounce with. This town ain't big enough. Sometimes it's good to play your Overlord and then bounce it back to your hand and you can ramp more. Or you have obviously Stormchaser's talent, but we do go first. We have the Surveil land. We're gonna just give it a go. I don't like mulliganing, or yeah, I don't like mulliganing, so I probably mulligan less than I should. Then also I have the oh, that's perfect. Also I have the problem in these videos, I'll like make these decks, brew them, and then I'll play test them a little, and then when I go to record the video, it might not be the same day, and so sometimes I am a little rusty, to put it one way. So mostly it's just harder to understand when you should mulligan or not, unless you Planeswalkers are always a card that you want to kind of counterspell in this deck, because if they stick around, we don't have really any good removal for them. We have creature removal with our targeted removal and sweepers, but we don't have any Planeswalker removal. Oh, you are lucky, opponent. We have just the right cards to make this miserable. So the opponent probably seems like they're on like an Innkeeper's talent deck, where they level it all the way up, and it's kind of a doubling season, and their Planeswalkers instantly ultimate. Alright, we're just gonna grab back our counterspell. They'll have a turn here to cast something. It's probably gonna be doubling season, but I don't really know. Oh my goodness. I feel like when you play this game enough, you kind of just kind of know what's what your opponents are gonna do sometimes. We can bounce the doubling season in response if they go for it, but I think we're just better off counterspelling this one here. Dig. We can probably get rid of our Luminous Rebuke and stuff. They don't seem to be playing many creatures. Alright, land. Finally got our second green source, but we'll be fine. There's another green source. We could probably start trying to Doppelgang here, like next turn. We don't have 8 mana, so we'd only be able to Doppelgang for 1 though. And the only time it's really good to Doppelgang for 1 is if you have your Overlord impending. They're gonna remove my counterspells. Kind of annoying, but it's fine. That is fine. Deadly Cover-Up is definitely one of the weaknesses of this deck, I would say. Any sort of like surgical extraction in a deck like this one, where you're built heavily around certain cards, can be kind of painfully game or like backbreaking. Thankfully they used it on something that wasn't super crucial. We should just be fine. Could play this, play the talent, and buy back, or this town ain't big enough. That sounds good. And now we've gotten to the point where we have enough mana to just kind of terrorize our opponent with the looping Stormchaser's talent, and this town ain't big enough. So if they play any like permanents, we can kind of keep them off the battlefield. We're almost, well, we have 8 mana next turn, so we can start doing copy shenanigans. Alright. If I copy... So I need to copy one like kind of permanent here. Or one like mana permanent. We can do this, and then that should leave us with enough mana to hold up this town ain't big enough, which is pretty good. We'll draw a card off of the Beanstalk. We just need to hope the opponent doesn't have another Deadly Cover-Up. If they do, there's nothing we can do. They got rid of our counter spells. They were pretty good with that one. They can't get rid of our this town ain't big enough because they're not in the graveyard. Surgically extract, but they could get rid of Doppelgang, which is kind of bad for us. But we could just level up these talents so that we make a bunch of otters. It's also a way to win the game. Oh, they're doing it. No, opponent. We wanted to have fun, opponent. We could have been friends. We're gonna get rid of the Doppelgang permanently, so we're gonna have to just win fairly. We do get to draw a card with the Doppelgang. But, I mean, we win as fairly as you can. By beating you with a bunch of otters that we loop. Pillage the bog. The opponent doesn't want to be your friend. That's probably going to find some, like, targeted removal for whatever we're up to. Or they're going to play a planeswalker that works well with doubling season. I think we actually bounced this talent. And then bounce their Beanstalk. The opponent doesn't want to play. Okay, well, yeah, that's fair. If you're seeing this deck and you're hating on it, I honestly don't blame you. I like the whole Stormchaser's talent plus this town ain't big enough loop type thing is it's so disgusting. It's kind of like I was like part of the reason I made this sort of like started experimenting with these styles of decks is because you know, maybe I can break it and they'll ban it. not likely, but you know, if the number one deck abuses this and completely dominates the meta, then maybe they'll ban it. Don't think that will happen, but also if you force it enough, like if the meta forces itself around a certain thing enough, the meta is going to evolve to try and find what counters it. What counters it well, and that is going to then become like the next more popular thing to do. So I find out what I lose to, and then maybe I can play that against the other the other Stormchaser's talent decks and stuff. You go first. His hand is kind of awful, but I already mulliganed once, so I don't honestly want to mulligan again. But I'm gonna do it. Okay, I should have kept that first hand, honestly. We're just gonna hope counterspell is enough. A counterspell on turn 3. Alright, Authority of the Consuls we don't really care about. That's fine. And the opponent is probably on Orzhov control. Doppelgang. Honestly, I'll just keep it. We can start counterspelling with the Floodfarm Verge. We'll have double blue for the counterspell mode. This will probably be the last game we play in this video, but I'm trying to make shorter videos because I feel like most people, when you're looking at content or like Magic the Gathering content online, does it really matter? Not really, but we can use one counterspell to deal with this. This is going to get really big. And then the next counterspell we go for the Raise the Past, because I think the opponent's playing a Raise the Past deck where they get all their 2-drops back from the graveyard and one-shot us, hopefully. Or that's what they're probably hoping for. I'm not really hoping for it, but you know. Alright. Beanstalk into a land drop is great because we can maybe Doppelgang. I don't know why we Doppelgang for 1 here, but it's always an option. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the stats. I'm 15-9 with this deck. So it's a 63% win rate over 24 games, which I would say is pretty good. It's pretty darn good. Though it's hard to really say. The ladder's reset and We're climbing back up through it. It'll probably take me some time to get back to Mythic. I don't like sitting down and trying to speedrun Mythic. I feel like this game, if you sit down and play it enough, you get enough of those games where you just don't draw well, and then you get frustrated, and that's just, it's not a fun way to relax if you like playing this game to relax. Alright, I'm gonna pause. The opponent's power must have gone out because I think they just, maybe they left because they got mad at counterspelled and I played a Beanstalk, so I'm like obviously going to be a value engine deck, but I don't think that's it. I think they probably either lost connection or something popped up in real life. I try not to let roping really bother me, and frankly it doesn't really bother me in the first place, but I'm just sharing my mindset on it all because I know a lot of people find roping frustrating. I usually am playing the game with something else like going on in the background, so I'm listening to like a YouTube podcast or watching YouTube or something like that, and so if the opponent's not going to do anything, I don't really mind. Oh, they're back. They must have had a, you know what, also arena can be buggy. Let's be real, arena can be buggy. Sheltered by ghosts. Please no. Party of the consoles. I don't think we care about that. I think I will... This town ain't big enough, whatever they sheltered by ghosts. Or maybe I counterspell whatever they sheltered by ghosts. Yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna bounce this. Just to draw a card mostly. And then next turn we can play it back down. Oops, I should have held that until after I drew my card, just in case I drew like a one drop that would be worth. No, that's not a one drop. Alright. We can counter the Amalia if we want. It doesn't actually look like our opponent is going to be playing a Raise the Past deck, because they're playing a lot of non-creature permanents, which the Raise the Past decks are pretty creature heavy. Opponent though, a little slow. Alright, Amalia's coming back. I forgot I intended to counterspell that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Surely it will be fine. We have 7 mana next turn. And that's not enough to Doppelgang twice, unfortunately. Alright. We need to survive a turn, and then we can try and Doppelgang the Leyline of Hope and the Elastil Core to gain some life, maybe? Maybe that's the fun thing that I'm at least thinking of here. Maybe I just do the draw here. I probably should find a sweeper if I can. Luminous Rebuke, that is a card. Doppelgang is so good in duplicates though, or like in numbers. That's gonna do 3 damage if we want to kill it. I don't think we can afford a Luminous Rebuke in that case. I can get rid of this though, and that'll draw me a card. Actually, yeah. Not too bad. Okay, talent, that changes a lot of things. Oh wait, that enters tap. Oh crap. And they are playing Raise the Past. Oh gosh, it's gone sideways. It has gone sideways. Do they have multiple creatures? Yes. I guess we have to grab this town and try and survive a turn. Which is not easy. We can bounce the Amalia, but it's gonna cost us 3 life, and we don't have any ways to gain life in our hand here, so we might be toasted. Yeah. I should draw us a card. We need to find a kind of more permanent solution here. It's not really that much of a better solution, because they're going to replay the Amalia probably instantly. No. Sanctifier. Amalia. We do have a counter spell if they go for that Raise the Past. But everything is massive. We could Doppelgang their Hinterland Sanctifier and try and gain a bunch of life. That is a solid option. Do we have enough to do it for 3? I don't think so, no. We're 1 mana off. We have 2 Doppelgangs though, so try and set that up for another turn. Do we want to Doppelgang any lands? Opponent does have the Sheltered by Ghost, so we have to be cognizant of that because they can remove something. In that case, I don't think we play Stormchaser's Talent. I think we just Doppelgang for... Oh wait, we can't block at all. Yeah, that's no good. If we double Hinterland Sanctifier, I don't think that saves us either. No, we can't double hint or copy it twice. We can copy our own order. We could copy the Leyline of Hope and try and gain a bunch of life. Who knows what's gonna happen? We gain 2 or 3 life and then 3 life. The opponent's gonna gain a boatload of life here though, unfortunately for us. Alright, so the opponent will probably not target the Stormchaser's Talent with their... Oh my goodness. The problem is Amalia is also getting like massive. And do they put one of those... Alright, they have a thing that stops us from gaining life in their life gain deck, which is crazy. I would have not expected that, but respect for the tech card. We're gonna gain 6 more life, so that should hopefully stave off death because of the Leyline of the Hopes plus the Hinterland Sanctifiers. If we could find our way out of this, I will be amazed. But I think that the opponent has the land drop. They play the land drop, they Sheltered by Ghost their Amalia, and they Raise the Past, and they probably gain enough life triggers to grow into lethal here. Because they can play the land drop, they'll have 6 mana, they can spend 2 on Sheltered by Ghost to remove our Otter blocker, and then they get the +1 buff from that. Amalia's going to be 9 power, their Hinterland Sanctifier is going to be 3, that's 12, so they just need to get 3 more Amalia +1 counters off the Raise the Past. They don't go for it. Okay, there is hope. There is hope. Every turn the opponent delays is good. Because we can try and gain even more life this turn. Oh gosh, are we gonna try and out life gain the life gain deck? This seems like a bad idea. Alright, so... what is the best way to do this? Do we have enough for 3? 3, we need 11 mana. Is this 11? I'm bad at math. That is not 11. No. So we make 2 copies of Hinterland Sanctifier? Do we make any copies of Leyline of Hope is the question. Because each Leyline of Hope gives us even more, like, multiplicative, or add, I don't know. Math hard, words big. Actually, we're not gonna, I'm gonna undo, if you press QQ, it floats all your mana, by the way, that's what I'm always doing. Go. Be good, hopefully. So we get a few Hinterland Sanctifier triggers. They work well with our plan here. We can probably bounce this Amalia now. With this town ain't big enough, which we might want to do. Well, once we hit our life gain triggers, I guess we have to wait until they get through theirs, which kind of sucks. Because it means they're going to be able to filter a bunch more cards into their graveyard. We prefer to be able to counterspell their Raise the Pass, but I think 32? No way! What? What? Oh, okay. I don't feel so close to being dead anymore. What the heck? Doppelgang. Oh my god. Ah, oh, damn. I don't know why I ever stopped playing with Doppelgang, man. This card's so fun. It's kind of annoying. I'll bounce your Amalia. Start over, please. It's probably not worth it, but I don't really want them locking down our this town ain't big enough, because that's like one thing we can use to loop the talent pretty effectively. What? Wait, why did this get countered? Huh? Oh, Ward 2. Whoops, I forgot about the stacking wards. My bad. Sorry, opponent. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. No, that's bad. That is bad. Alright, well, we can get our Doppelgang back and see if we can Doppelgang kill our opponent. Oh, I forgot about the Shelter by Ghosts adds Ward 2. I was so confused why that got countered. I was like, what? It didn't even give me the option to respond to it, which, I mean, obviously I can't respond to it, but the menu popped by so quickly. Opponent's at 62, we're at 32. We do need to get rid of this Knight of the Dusk Shadow. Which is problematic. How many life gain triggers is this? Is that enough to kill us? Yeah, that might be. Let's count. Is that all life gain triggers? Yeah, I think we're dead. Oh my god. Yeah, we played Raise the Past deck. We played the Raise the Past deck to Mythic, and that it is annoying to interact with. That is like the one strong thing about it, is like if you don't have graveyard hate and you don't have that counter spell for the Raise the Past, you can try and deal with their itty bitty things, but the Raise the Past kind of just seals the deal. Because if you remove their like things one by one, they're just gonna generally go to the graveyard, and it's bad. Alright, I will come back when all these triggers resolve. Oh, I forgot about the Amalia thing where if it reaches 20 power, it blows up everything, and so now they have a bunch of Lasso Core triggers that are gonna drain us on top of us. I forgot about that, but at least it's now resolving way faster. I felt so safe at 32 life. Shouldn't have felt safe. You are never safe from the oh wait, they can't attack. No way. They don't have another Raise the Pass on top of their deck, I don't think. What? I'm so confused. Opponent? Oh yeah, I gotta move fast. Because the opponent, or like I'm now at risk of timing out, I think. We'll use this to grab back probably Doppelgang and just hope that we're okay for a turn. I don't have enough mana for a counterspell. I should probably wait until next turn. Okay, well, if the opponent has the next one, we are actually dead. That's my bad. I should have not grabbed the Doppelgang. I was too hasty. I just thought I was already dead. So now I'm just playing bad. That will hurt. Unfortunately, I don't know if we have a way of gaining life as it stands here. Oh, I forgot that that's pretty big. I have to activate this so I don't die. What do I copy? We're gonna die to the attack trigger of the Restless Fortress. Or Fortress. Fortress. Words are hard. Alright. That is... 1 second. My alarm started going off. Alright. That is... 11. So if we do this, we have enough for... 2? 1, 2. Copy their fortress. Wait, 3. This is enough for 3. My bad. What? Oh my goodness. Don't look. Lots of misplays are happening probably. Whatever. Doppelgang, or Up the Beanstalk trigger. That should gain us a bunch of life thanks to our friends. Or Leyline of Hopes. At least that's the idea. Yeah, they get a bunch of life triggers as well, but... Oh my god, it's gonna be so hard to kill the opponent here. Actually, all of our creatures will be really massive if we keep doppelganging them, so it'll be fine. Gosh. Don't make me lose on time. Resolve, 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 resolve. We're going up in life totals. Alright, we just need our opponent not to have the thing. We're up to 77. This is so stupid. Oh my goodness. I was hoping this, I was like, okay, 22 minutes into the video, I'll play one more game. And this happens. Of course it does. I have 5 mana open. Oh, thank goodness. We can outdo them, I think. Doppelgang. How much mana is that? That is... Now we can do it for 3. 1, 2, 3. I will make some copies of the Floodfarm Verge. Some Leyline of Hopes. And some of these bad boys, I think. That should give me untapped mana for a counter spell, which is what I care about here. And then we're gonna get a bunch of life gain triggers, so our life total should go really, really high. Just a stat pad. We have 4 mana open, so I can't use the Ancient Cornucopia. If I knew that I didn't need that island, I wasn't good at counting, so I kind of screwed up there. Alright, we will not do anything. We will pass the turn. Well, actually, we will do something, which is push their life total. Because I think we can afford to attack in with 197. We've outdone the Lifegain deck. Everybody, it is down to 101. We'll take that. It's not bad. We'll hold up the counter spell. We can kill that if it goes to attack with the Seize from Slumber. But we really want to hold up the 3 mana for the 3 steps ahead. The opponent knows we have it, so... And we can just pretty much hold up mana from now till the end of the game, because we can just keep copying enough lands to prevent it from going... prevent them from really resolving any crucial spell here. Sheltered by Ghosts. I mean, we can just bounce it if it turns out to be important. We have 2 of the talents, so we don't really care. We really don't care about our Up the Beanstalk. That, like, does nothing. I will probably wait until end of turn to kill this Hinterland Sanctifier if they... No, okay, they're not going to attack in, so we can just Doppelgang again. If all else fails, keep Doppelganging. Alright, the opponent sees the writing on the wall. We did it. Oh my goodness. I feel like we should not have won that, but then we should have... I don't know. That was a wild game, but I'm happy that I caught it on recording. Alright, that is gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did playing it. That was absolutely insane. That last game, I just don't know what to say. But yeah, I feel like Doppelgang is gotta be like one of the most rewarding cards to mess around with, because you can just copy random stuff and sometimes it works. Like we copied up those Leyline of Hopes and those Hinterland Sanctifiers. I was kind of doing it on a whim to see if we could gain enough life to like not die, and it worked. It worked. So you know, Doppelgang, it's just such a fun card, and if you love this card, I feel like this has got to be one of the best Doppelgang decks. I really tried to put together, the best Doppelgang deck, and I feel like this has the makings for being one of the best Doppelgang decks. You have a win con in your lands, which is kind of crazy, and you also can just copy up your opponent's stuff. You literally get to Doppelgang almost every single turn if the game goes long enough. I just don't know what to say. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe for more silly, wacky videos. We tried to play sometimes competitive decks, but I just do enjoy doing some stranger things on the ladder, or I try to. So yeah, anyways, if you enjoyed this video, consider checking out yesterday's video where we played a Naya kind of control deck. We were playing Beanstalk and Caretaker's Talent, and they were hoping to try and finish off the game with a giant fireball at our opponent's face with World Soul's Rage. If that sounds interesting, the video should be on the screen right about now. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Take care of yourself. Ciao.